Good afternoon. My name is Jacob. This is my Team Deliverable 4. This is my version of the circuits that are in the robot I was designed. It's called the JaniBot. Our theme is centered around airports, so we all thought this was a good idea. It's sort of like a janitorial robot that surveys the airport floors looking for trash and debris and pretty much picking it up. So that's what we thought was a good idea. My project obviously uses an Arduino, an ultrasonic sensor, two DC motors to simulate forward, back, and left and right, battery obviously to power, and then a servo motor. I kind of use that to represent the vacuum of when the objects are in range of the robot. The vacuum starts going and starts picking up the debris. So pretty much, all of these parts work together to make the robot react when something gets close to it is pretty much the gist of it. So to break it down a little bit, obviously I have the battery power and everything. The DC motor represents, this one is representing forward and back. I'll show the commands on that in a second. And then the second DC motor is simulating left and right. Obviously the Arduino chip, and then the LED light, which I will explain what it does in a second as well. For the ultrasonic distance sensor, pretty much the whole gist of the circuits within the robot is that when the robot detects something that is within 20 inches of it, it will essentially start, the vacuums will start going, it'll start going towards the object and pick up the trash and debris. And when it's not in range of 20 inches, then it's just going about its business. So obviously, yes, so the LED, so it turns on when that object is within 20 inches of the robot. If nothing is close, it obviously turns off. It's pretty much just a simple warning light that reacts to the sensor. Other than that, the motors, obviously, it's hooked up to the L293D motor drive. So this one, obviously, I can show you my code. That's right here. So obviously, command-wise, I just made it super simple. So you type in the monitor, you pretty much just type F. The motor goes forward, type B, backwards, left, right, turn right. Then just an S to pretty much just stop all the motors and just restart. It actually also works with, well, actually it doesn't work with the servo motors. The servo motor works with the distance sensor. So when this is within 20 inches, then the sensor starts going off, just simulating like the vacuum is moving and collecting the items. When it's out of range, it obviously stops and it does not go. So yeah, like I said, servos, I pretty much just made it a fast back and forth motion when something gets close. So obviously within those 20 inches, it starts sweeping essentially. So yeah, to put it all together, the distance sensor checks the distance. If the distance is under 20 inches, the LED turns on, the servo starts sweeping fast. If the distance is over, the LED turns off, the servo stops. At the same time, the motors always listen for serial commands. So I can show you in the code. So start simulation. Obviously, the serial monitor is reading the distance. The servo starts at this position. So we can just show you really quick for the motors to start. So obviously, super easy, just command. So left is simulating that, just the left movement, so negative right there. Right, obviously positive. And then it works at the same time as the forward and backward. So you can go forward to the right, backwards to the right, same thing. So if I put F, obviously forward at that top one, and then B for backwards, it's going to show negative right here. There's just an S for all stopping movements, just to make it pretty simple. So I can obviously do front and then right. We can just keep it at that. And then I think, so the distance sensor is obviously at 30, it's reading 32 right now, so it's fine. Then when it starts creeping up into 20, it's obviously going to turn on. And then the motor, it's sort of spazzes out in the beginning, but it's just going to pretty much simulate the vacuum of it. So yeah, like I said, obviously the robot detects something within 20 inches of itself, and then when it does, it starts heading to that object and essentially vacuuming it. So that is my project. Thank you.